Hi Vintage Bakers! Today I'm in the kitchen making an easy, silky smooth cheesecake recipe. This decadent cheesecake is topped with sunny sweet blueberries and an oatmeal cookie topping, which happens to be the perfect balance to the rich, smooth lemon cheesecake center. This is the perfect easy cheesecake to make when that abundance of fresh blueberries arrive in late summer, or use frozen berries if you need a reminder that those warm summer days will return again. This recipe is easy enough for any skill level, even if you've never baked a cheesecake before. Let's get into the kitchen. This is how I make a loaded lemon blueberry crisp cheesecake. First, I'm going to make the crust. I'm going with a soft oatmeal cookie crust, and I'm going to do the same thing for the little cookie pieces on top. Using a food processor is going to make quick work of this, but you can just as easily make it in a bowl by hand. To my food processor, I'm going to add 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of quick oats, and the zest of half of a lemon. Pulse this a few times to mix the ingredients together. I've already cut into little cubes 3/4 cup of cold butter, and with the food processor on low, I'm going to add this through the funnel. Now to bring the dough together, I'm going to pour through the funnel about 1/4 cup of cold water. You may need all or part of the water. Stop as soon as the dough clumps together. To make my cheesecake today, I'm going to use a 9-inch springform pan. To make sure the cheesecake comes out of the pan cleanly and easily, I'm going to grease the inside of the pan. For extra protection, cut a circle of parchment paper to line the bottom of the tin. Spread half of the oatmeal cookie batter into the bottom of the pan. The other half I'm going to spread onto a lined baking sheet into kind of a giant cookie. No need to make this look perfect. We're going to be breaking it up into pieces to layer on top of our cake at the end. Pop both of these into a preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius oven for 30 minutes. I'm going to let these cool while I get on with making the most important part of this recipe, the creamy cheesecake center. To a large bowl, I'm going to add 3 bricks of softened cream cheese. The best cheese to use for this recipe is full-fat, brick-style cream cheese. Bricks are much firmer and denser than spreadable cream cheese. And using the full-fat version will give you the best flavor and texture for your finished cake. Along with the 3 bricks of cream cheese, I'm going to add in 3/4 cup of white sugar, 3 eggs, the zest from half of a lemon, as well as the juice from a whole lemon. I'm going to beat this mixture together until it's soft, creamy, and smooth. Make sure to stop and scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl a few times as you're mixing to make sure everything's getting mixed in evenly. Now I can pour this rich, creamy mixture on top of my already prepared crust. Tumble on top of the cake about 2½ cups of blueberries. I did name this a loaded cheesecake, so I want to make sure the whole top of the cake is covered in fruit. My cake is ready to go into my preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius oven for 60 to 70 minutes, or until the cake is set with a little jiggle in the center. While my cheesecake is baking, I'm going to break my oatmeal cookie topping into little pieces. As soon as the cake comes out of the oven, I can press all the little pieces into the top of my cheesecake. Dipping the little cookie bits into the top of the cake will help it to stay in place when I serve it to my guests later on. Now that the hard work is done, I need to let the cheesecake cool. For that perfect cheesecake, allow it to set overnight in the fridge before serving. Now that my cheesecake is cold and set, I can remove it from the pan and place on top of my cake stand to display this gorgeous loaded dessert. Enjoy! If you're a fan of deliciously simple vintage recipes and old-fashioned skills, then you'll want to check out this next video. Thanks for stopping by.